All right. Good morning and welcome to today's stock market update for Tuesday, November the 9th. If this is your first time, hi there. I'm Marcus Heidkotter. I'm a professional trader, and every morning I sift through a mountain of news websites, newsletters, and reports, and then we take the most important news and go live here to share with you what you need to know as you head into your trading day. Now, joining me is my head coach, Mark Hodge, who has 24 years of trading experience. So together we have helped thousands of regular people understand how to trade these crazy markets and actually make money, way beyond what your typical financial advisor would do. Anyhow, let's take a look at what the markets did yesterday, Mark. Let's take a look here.
Hey, good morning, Marcus. And yes, the markets quiet yesterday, but when it was all said and done, new records again. So not a whole lot to move the market. We looked at the economic calendar, and really a couple of Fed members were making some comments, but no real news or catalysts to move the markets. But they just continue to make record highs. In fact, the S&P 500 closed above 4,700 for the first time and closed with its 64th record close of the year. So pretty impressive there. The Dow closed with its 44th record close, and the Dow actually led the way yesterday, up 0.3%. So even though it was a quiet, range bound, not a whole lot going on day yesterday, we still saw records.
Yeah, so I'll switch to a 5 minute chart, and we see it was a really narrow range yesterday, not a whole lot going on, but inching it out. So, what caused these record highs? Well, pretty much follow up from last Friday because after the markets closed, this is when the House passed the 1 trillion infrastructure bill, and there's quite a few stocks that really made a move yesterday in the wake of this infrastructure bill. Let's take a look at these, Mark. Right?
Caterpillar, a good one there.
Yeah, Caterpillar yesterday up 8.3% on these news. Another one, VMC, the Vulcan Materials Company, up 4.95, almost 5%. Then we also had NUE, Nucor Corporation, up 3.6%. And finally, FCX, Freeport Mining, which is non-energy materials, up 6.5%. All of these are winners from this $1 trillion infrastructure bill.
Yeah, some nice moves there. Some nice moves. And we've talked about earnings for the last couple of weeks. Earnings season is pretty much over. We still have some earnings, trickling in, and that will go on. But the bulk of earnings are over. Through Monday morning, 445 S&P 500 companies have reported quarterly results, and 81% beat earnings estimates. So, pretty solid earnings season.
Yeah, it is. And let's take a look at a few earnings that moved the markets yesterday. The first, not AMC, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, yesterday up 10%. This morning in pre market trading, up another 2.3%. Holy cannoli.
Yeah, that's a nice move there for sure.
Yeah, did you see what happened?
On AMD,
Yeah, on AMD. So they,
what
they
was going
announced
on
that they
there?
won Meta, which is now the new name of Facebook,
Oh,
as a
that's right.
chip customer. So that's a big one because we know that Facebook is doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the metaverse. And probably this is where we will have more devices, not only the Oculus glasses, the 3-day virtual headset, but also other devices. And yeah, so this is where when AMD announced that Facebook, now known as Meta, is a strategic partner and will buy chips from them. This is where it kept soaring. So let's take a look at Facebook and see what Facebook did in the wake of that yesterday. I haven't even checked this morning. So Facebook yesterday, down 0.8% yesterday. A little bit surprising. Facebook's still struggling with the fallout of the news. But okay, we already talked about Tesla yesterday. So Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Let's talk about this. So yesterday, down almost 5%. What happened?
Well, it all had to do with Elon's tweet and people being a little uncertain of what's going on there. Elon tweeting whether or not he should sell 10% of his Tesla shares. At the open, it was down 7%, which wiped out approximately $89 billion worth of Tesla's market cap at the open. But things stabilized a little bit. It didn't get worse. And again, this is something that Elon has really kind of said he was going to do over the last year, and it's not really unexpected for it to happen. Just the way he did it, I think, shook the markets a little bit.
Yeah. Anyhow, then we also had reopening news yesterday. So the US is open for tourists again. I think tourists from more than 30 countries can now visit the United States again. And I thought that this would move the airlines a little bit more, but it didn't. So looking at United Airlines, I mean, first of all, in the morning, based on this news, we gapped higher. So we had an opening gap, but then pulled back, still finishing positive with the 0.76% gain, but not as much as I thought it would. Also, Delta Airlines 0.8. Surprisingly, American Airlines, the winner yesterday, up almost 2%. But I would have thought that this would have been a bigger move for the airlines, but it seems that this was already factored into the prices here.
Yeah, a little bit of a sell the news situation there, opening strong and then pulling back.
Yeah. All right. More earnings reports yesterday. Coty, beauty company, soared 15%. That's pretty good results, huh?
Yeah, better quarterly results. So strong move there. They announced they will sell more of its stake in its hair company Wella to KKR for whatever that means.
Well, traders seem to like it. A huge jump up yesterday. All right, Ford. Ford yesterday, for the first time in 20 years, closed above $20. What do you know? It seems that Ford actually, is able to turn its story around. We got to switch to a
Wow.
weekly chart here and just see what happened with Ford over the years. I mean, it has been a struggle up and down for Ford here, and now for the first time in 20 years, closing above $20. There we go. Go Ford.
Big move for the automaker. I mean, you could see there on that chart from 2013 all the way down to the pandemic, it was just in a steady decline. And then pandemic winter, go figure. And now just rocketing higher. So impressive move for Ford.
Very, very impressive for sure. Now, on the other hand, Peloton can't catch a break. I mean, they slid more yesterday. So after they had the 35 or 30% drop, let's go back to a daily chart based on earnings. So yesterday and down another 7.8% this morning. A little bit of dead cat bouncing that we see here, up 2.6%. But oh boy, they have a rough time right now.
That's an ugly chart. That's an ugly chart. Just huge miss and gap down, and we'll see where they go from here. I wouldn't be too excited about that 2.6% though right now going into the open if I was a Peloton owner.
No, no. I mean, they dropped down from what, around 90 to 50. I mean, pretty much almost cut in half here.
Yep,
Right.
yep.
Well, big day for Google yesterday because Google, the parent company Alphabet, hits $2 trillion after the rally this year. And there's this race going on. Let me just zoom in here a little bit. So this from Bloomberg. And we have the race going on between the Alphabet market cap right here. So this is Google. Then we do have the blue line, Microsoft. And then we have red, which is Apple, which has been the most valuable company in the US and recently surpassed by Microsoft. So there we go, the race of the three big companies here. So Google now hit $2 trillion, and Microsoft and Apple are battling it out as the most valuable company in the US here.
2 trillion it is.
Crazy, crazy. All right. So let's move on today. So to this morning, we got big news from GE. So General Electric is planning to split up. I mean, it's the biggest change for General Electric into three publicly traded global companies. Did you see that?
I did, and I mean, this is an interesting move, but it definitely makes sense, and traders are really liking it pre-market. So nice move for GE. They're looking to split into three global public companies. The first being aviation, helping customers achieve greater efficiency and sustainability and invent the future of flight. The second is healthcare, driving innovation and precision health to address critical patient and clinical challenges. And then renewable energy and power, supporting customers and communities seeking to provide affordable, reliable, and sustainable power. So here you have these companies, the spinoffs. The healthcare 2023 is when it's expected, early 2023, early 2024 for renewable energy and power. But interesting to see those three branches now, and traders are liking it.
I mean, it makes sense because General Electric is no longer General Electric. I mean, have you ever
Sure.
seen the movie The Current Wars with Benedict Cumberbatch, where the war was going on between Nikola Tesla, Edison, and also Westinghouse? I think
Oh, I
it
think
was a great movie, and this is where you see
I
the
do.
origins of General Electric, and now definitely aviation and healthcare have been a huge focus for them, and also renewable energy. So it makes sense, and yeah, they're up 4.6% this morning. I really love that movie. It's a good movie. Have you ever seen it?
I'm pretty sure I have. It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar. But yeah, I mean, I guess I mean it makes sense to branch off into those three companies rather than just call them General Meta or renaming it.
Yeah. So here, yeah, a little bit different. While other companies are consolidating, I mean, with Google buying YouTube and Facebook on a spree buy. So here, a company splitting up and not calling itself Meta, yeah, or Alphabet or something like this. All right. Well, a few more that we need to talk about. Roblox. I mean, Roblox. They reported earnings
Huge,
yesterday, and they're up 32% this morning.
huge move. So the company reported revenue of 637.8 million during the quarter, ahead of its 636.5 million expectation. So better than expected numbers, but just a huge move here, getting
Okay,
back
but
up
you
towards.
see, this is where it gets interesting. So 636 million were expected. 637 million were reported. Okay, so what? They made $1 million more than expected out of 600. So that's not really a big deal. And this is where it goes back to trade what you see, not what you think. I mean, this move is definitely caused by something else and not just the better than expected numbers here. And I looked at it, I couldn't find really anything. It just an earnings beat, and then suddenly what? Up that much. So could this be one of these so-called short squeezes? Right? I mean, where you see, oh my gosh, they need to cover because everybody was trying to push Roblox down here. I don't know. I don't know. It just if you make 636 instead of 635, it's hard to justify a 30% move. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and you could be right, Marcus. I don't know what the short float is like on this one, but I think you have a point there. Probably a bit of a short squeeze.
All right. Two more really quick. So we got to talk about PayPal. So PayPal reported earnings here as well. And yesterday, I think yesterday they were up, and this morning they're down big. They're down 7%.
Yeah, they reported $1.11 per share, which was better than expected, but revenue missed. So they reported revenue of 6.18 billion, short of the expected 6.23 billion. PayPal's had a bit of a rocky couple of weeks since it there was the news about acquiring pins, and I think that just kind of threw traders off, and PayPal has had a hard time since.
Yeah, it seems this way. Okay, so Smile Direct Club. Smile Direct Club, I mean, no, SDC. SDC uh, was actually at some point Wall Street's darling, but now they're falling out of grace, down 23% this morning. So huge move down for Smile Direct Club.
And where Roblox, their increase was slightly better, just slightly better. Here's where there were some substantial differences with expectations. So they reported 138 million, and the expectation was 182.5 million. So a big disappointment.
Yeah. All right. Well, compared to this, to the stocks that we like to trade that are a little bit under the radar, for example, like CELH, LAC, and they're both doing well here this morning. I mean, LAC has been on a tear, and these are stocks according to the PowerX strategy that we found with our PowerX optimizer. And we'll take a look at more opportunities right now with our mastermind. So we'll head over to our Zoom room to trade live with our mastermind to see what else we can do and stay away from these crazy stocks and trade some under the radar stocks because for us, this is working really well, doesn't it, Mark?
It is. It is. Nice month. Nice month.
Really good. Okay, anyhow, have a great rest of your day. Now you know what's going on in the markets, and we'll see you in the next stock market update.
Happy trading, everybody.